Hi my lovelies. Okay, so next part of the demonstration, tutorial, whatever you want to call it, is we're going to do the spine and put our holes on our eyelets in the spine. So I've shown you how I make my covers and how I cover my cover. We've got the material there. I do the spine next, then I sew the signatures in, and then I will sort the insides of the covers out because I like to see sort of colour wise what's going on, etc, etc. So the way I do my eyelets in my spine is I make up a template. Now I've already started this, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I like to have 3 eyelets in each signature, and I've got 2 signatures. So the way I did this was you fold it in half, and that makes your middle line. Then you fold the bottom bit in half up to the halfway, and then do the exact same the other way. So you've then folded it like that, and that gives you your 3 that way. And then to do the 2 that way, I just fold it into thirds. So you go third across that way, and then I go a third across that way. Now you know me, nothing's ever perfect, nothing's usually measured. I literally just eyeball it. And then at each junction, that's where you're going to have your hole. So I just put a little black dot there just to make it easier to see. And that's your template. If you want me to go through that again, I will. Just drop me a message and I can show you how to make that up again. And then all I do is I do my holes on the outside. Now this is the hardest part for me, is getting it lined up, especially because right now I've not got my glasses on. But again, like I say, you know me, nothing's ever perfect. It's normally not straight, etc, etc. And I just use a couple of bulldog clips to hold that in place. And you can see there it's more or less in the middle. Again, I'm not fussy, that's near enough for me. If I was going to be fussy, I might just pull that over the tiniest of bits. But that looks pretty much bang on for me. So keep your bulldog clips on, and then you're going to get your Crop-o-dile. I've had my Crop-o-dile a couple of years now, and I've used it on each journal. It's getting easier with each journal I've made, because it can be quite tricky to manoeuvre and operate, but it really does the job. So the first job we're going to do is we're going to put our holes where our marks are. And the way we do this is, let me put it over here. I use eyelets that are 3/16. So you can just see there, you've got 3/16, you've got 1/8. And if I move that across, come on, you little sausage. There we go. You can just see the thingy there. That's the position that you use for when you're putting your eyelet in. But for the moment, we're making our holes. So we need it on the 3/16 because that's how big we want our holes to be to fit our eyelets. Now I'll just show you here like this. This is where you're going to be making your holes. So it's not all the way across here because that's what puts your eyelet on. So we're going for our holes here. Okay, so it can be a little bit tricky, so just bear with, okay? And I'm probably just going to have to move that a bit out of the way. So I'm going to start with the middle ones, because look, this is what I love about the Crop-o-dile. It's so long, it reaches right into the middle. Now you're going to see there, I can't show you straight up because it's going to be a bit awkward, but let's just, yeah, so about there. Literally just press it down, pull it away, and there's your hole. So I'm literally just going to do that for the rest, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've done our holes. They are nicely spread out. And then the eyelets that I'm going to use today is these bright orange ones. I don't know if you can see. And you can see there, 3/16 of an inch, so we know they're the right size. That's the only size I've ever bought, so maybe with the next couple of journals I need to try and something new, because you know what this is like. It's all about learning as we go. So I'm going to use these bright orange ones, because then the plan is I'm going to use this bright yellow thread to sew in my signatures. So next step is you're going to put your eyelets in your holes, and you can just see it just gives it a nice finish. So I'm going to put each eyelet in each hole, and then what we do, like I say, is we move that along to the bit that shows that, and then 3/16 of an inch. Yeah, I think that's the right setting for that, because look, you can do this. So you pull it down and you change it like that. Okay, and then you've got your different bits down here as well. I have read what they do, but I can't really remember, if I'm honest, because I only ever use the same thing all the time. So I'm going to quickly get one of these put on, and then we'll do the rest. So just wait there for me, because this makes me hot and sweaty because I get a bit stressed. Stay there. Okay, right, that went good. So you can see my first eyelet is in there. It's sitting nice and flush. And on the inside, again, it's nice and flush. In fact, oh, that's actually better than the old ones I used to use. It doesn't matter if it looks a bit tatty, because it's not about perfection. Some people would be like, oh my God, that's fine, that's up to them. But do you know what? This is handmade, it's unique. So yeah, I really don't worry about that. You can always cover that up with something like lace or whatever, but it's going to be covered up by your signature anyway. So I'm going to get the rest of these in. Yeah, the reason I was a little bit nervous about doing it was because usually I use much thicker eyelets, like still 3/16 of an inch hole, but thicker rim. So I was a bit worried it'd be, but actually that was really easy to put in. So I'm going to quickly put the rest in. Be back. Hi again. Okay, there we have it. All 6 eyelets sit in. And you can just see them there on the other side as well. They're not rough. They're not, that's really a smooth finish. I'm actually really pleased with them. They've worked better than other ones that I've used. So I'm really pleased with that. So the next step is to show in the signatures. Mush money penny. Sewing the signatures. I'm going to do that on a separate video, because this in itself took 7 minutes. It really doesn't take that long to do. It takes me that long to do, because A, I'm easily distracted, and B, I'm just a bit slow. So that's how I put my eyelets in. Really pleased with those. So the next video is going to be how I sew my signatures in. All right. So see you on the next one. Bye.